Divorce Dad Diaries, day 189, and I'm working on Halloween outfits for my kids. So, I've never made Halloween outfits before. I think it's going to be really fun and memorable if I do something custom and have like matching outfits, but I was stuck on ideas for a while, and then randomly one morning, about a month ago, I woke up in the morning and said, yes, this is it. So, first off, backstory. So, way back in 2008, they released a game called Castle Crashers. This was sort of a major moment in gaming because back then, games were released by big companies on discs, and this game came along and was like, we're going to release it on the storefront online, and it's going to sell millions of copies, and it's made by an indie company that nobody had heard of. So, it really paved the way for the scene that we have today in gaming. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is I bought this game, well my brother did, and I played it with him and with my sister, and we all used to play it together. So naturally they remastered it and put it on future consoles, so when my kids got their own Xbox, I got Castle Crashers remastered, and I played that with them together. And even though nowadays I don't really play it anymore, the kids still occasionally play it together, and they all have their own characters that they use and play. So I thought, there's like different coloured knights, they all got the same outfit. See where I'm getting at? So, first things first, we're popping down to the Dollarama to get some art supplies. So, the first thing I noticed walking in was the Christmas stuff. It's already everywhere in October. But we popped down to the paint section where I noticed they actually have this like cloth paint. But it came in like these tiny like 6ml bottles. And I was like, I don't think that's going to be enough. I think I'll just stick to the acrylic stuff. So, spend $3, get a few tubes of acrylic, well, $3 each, and in all the colours that we need. Popping over to the paintbrushes, they were a bit expensive actually. I just wanted one, but all the packs that only had one were all like these artsy ones that were like $9 a pop. And so I just ended up finding this like cheap kit that gave me like 3 brushes for like $3.50. And then following on from there, I went down to the Halloween outfit section because I wanted to pick up some masks with like some black fabric across the eyes. I'll explain that more later. And then of course popping over to the other craft section to find some super glue. I do need some super glue around the house, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to grab some. I bought this big pack before. It's $3.50. You get like 10 tubes. They pretty much dry immediately and are only one use, but it's great for when you just need a tube of super glue. Okay, so now that we've got that sorted, let's get started. So first things first, I laid out everything. Effectively, the knights in the game are wearing like a tabard with like some chainmail or something underneath. Obviously, tabards went out of fashion about 500 years ago, so I went on Temu and just found some plain white shirts that fit in all their sizes. Ordered the same shirt for all 4 kids in each of their respective sizes, and then did that for a long sleeve grey shirt as well, which will go underneath. So the white shirt will be like the tabard, that's what I'll paint. The grey shirt will be like the armour underneath. And once I've laid all that out and made sure that I've got stuff for all of them and in the right sizes, I make sure to check the paint colours. Red for my oldest son. Wait, no, that's not right. He plays as the blue one. Back to Dollarama. I grabbed the necessary blue paint as well as some black paint while I was there, because I was supposed to get black as well, which I totally forgot about. And then, yes, I had all the paint sorted out. So I knew that my oldest son played as blue, and I knew that my youngest daughter plays as green, but the other two I weren't so sure about. So when I told them I was making them some Castle Crashers outfits, they were like, leave it as a surprise. They know me well enough to know that I love surprises, and clearly they do too. But I just said, like, no, I really need to confirm the colours and confirm which ones you guys play as, so I'm going to need to know. So, confirmed that my oldest daughter plays as purple and that my youngest son plays as the orange one. And so now we can get to painting them the correct colours. So, as you can see, I'm painting the cross that goes on the front of their tabard. It's more like a plus than an actual crucifix, but you know, I'm guessing they're trying to avoid the religious iconography. And then I am painting what looks like the belt across the front of the tabard as well. So the lines aren't perfect, as you can see. There's a couple mistakes here and there, but man, I am, and this obviously isn't straight, but I'm still so happy with actually how that turned out. It looked better than I thought it would. As Casper is the smallest, I used his as the the trial run because everything on his is smaller, and then I slowly made the pluses and the belts bigger as I went from shirt to shirt. The shirts have a tag on the inside seam, which helped lining up where the belt was going to go, so I could get it on the same place on every single shirt. Peekaboo. So I bought these masks from Temu specifically because they came with the elastic, so I can tighten it while each of them around the kids' heads and make sure they fit as per child. They're probably still going to be way too big for my little ones, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I didn't think I'd have the energy or the creativity to figure out how to make those cone, like almost like cylindrical shape helmets that they've got going on, that are obviously unique to the characters. So I thought an easy middle ground would just be to make masks, and they have this inverted pattern on it where it's white in the center, again almost like a cross, and then the colors around the outside of the pattern. First off, I outlined the edge of the painting, and then I went ahead and painted the edges. If I've learned anything from painting a house, is that the edges suck. Get that out of the way first, and then you can just go rough with everything in the middle, and that's effectively what I did. Also, the masks shifted a lot while I was painting, so you can see I got a tea towel out as a nice nice bit of stability giver, like you would with a chopping board. Did Casper's first, and that went well, so then decided to do the rest of them. So, masks are done, but the key thing with this scream mask is that you can see it's got the fabric over the eyes, so I want to try gluing some fabric behind these eyes. It should dim the light in their eyes a wee bit to make more of that like black hole space looking out. This has already taken like hours. I haven't showered or eaten in at least 3 hours or so, and I'm tired, so let's just get this done. I know I'm being dramatic here, but it has actually been days, hence the multiple outfit changes that you'll see throughout the video. But yes, first off, I just ripped the eyes off the back of the screen mask to do a test run, but immediately found that the fabric was like the shittiest pair of tights I've ever seen, and it just immediately laddered and pulled apart. So I went ahead and just chopped more fabric off from around the side, and then just used a super glue bottle to glue that to the inside, and it worked. So then we move on to the next step, because we're not done yet. What I then wanted to do was draw some outlines of some eyes around those, their current eyes, and then paint those in black. So effectively, I'm putting expressions on the mask, almost like theatre masks, but also to give them expressions like the characters in Castle Crashers. And then when I was in Pandamart the other day, I noticed they have these paint pens, so I grabbed one of those because I can use it to almost draw like the eyeliner around the inside of the eyes so that you can't see any white at all. I probably should have painted them before I put the backing on, but you know, it's whatever. What's done is done. 4 masks done, 4 outfits done. I hope my kids love them as much as I do, and I will catch you on the flip side.